All right, let's go to the second part then of the verdict.
But in any event, the Supreme Court conveniently ignored them, concluding, "We consider the underlying fallacy of the plaintiff's argument to consist in the assumption that the enforced separation of the two races stamps the colored race with a badge of inferiority. If this be so, it is not by reason of anything found in the Act, but solely because the colored race chooses to put that construction upon it." And they go on to say that if the tables were turned and the black race was the dominant power and created the same laws, white people wouldn't acquiesce to the assumption that they were being labeled inferior. Basically, they're saying blacks are playing the victim here. And then the court goes on to say that in any event, even if it were to make them inferior, laws can't overcome social prejudices. Forced commingling of the two races won't secure them equal rights. If the two races are to meet upon terms of social equality, it must be the result of natural affinities, a mutual appreciation of each other's merits, and a voluntary consent of individuals. Basically saying the government's already given blacks equal rights and equal opportunities for improvement and progress now, so that's all that they can do. Legislation can't eradicate racial instincts. And so the Supreme Court upheld the Louisiana law and the separate but equal doctrine. But we often have this kind of paternalistic view of the past and of past prejudices. We think they just didn't know any better. But I think it's better explained by saying that they were willfully blind to it and society allowed them to be and even congratulated them for it. This is demonstrated by the dissent in this case, which said, "Everyone knows that the statute in question had its origin in the purpose not so much to exclude white persons from railroad cars occupied by blacks as to exclude colored people from coaches occupied by or assigned to white persons. The thing to accomplish was, under the guise of giving equal accommodation for whites and blacks, to compel the latter to keep to themselves while traveling in railroad passenger coaches. No one would be so wanting in candor as to assert..."
Ooh, sorry for that editing issue.
Yeah, that was cool.
Um, I honestly can't even add anything more than what we've already heard. Um, they're full of crap, and I hate to even say that because I think I'm beating a dead horse saying that statement so many doggone times going through these cases, but it's so tiring. I The one thing I always said about a lie that's always infuriating to me. If you're gonna lie to me, make it a good lie. Like at least make it believable. Because I feel very insulted when you just feel like you could say anything to me and I don't know, dumb enough to believe it or gullible enough to believe it or whatever. That infuriates me. I don't like liars to begin with. I get that. But if you're gonna lie to me, make it a good lie. And I'm so sorry, but that one part where you flat out said, and if the black man was the superior, these would still be the same. Every time something like that comes up, I always remember the day after Biden won the election. It's going to be burned into my head getting on Facebook the day after Biden won the election. Because we had so many people, so many Trump supporters who came out of the woodworks going, well, now that this is all settled, we should come together as one nation, and be at peace and be together. All I hear is, oh, so you knew we were separated during Trump's era. You knew this wasn't peaceful during Trump's era. And you
Just
was
to hold me
okay
accountable now.
about it. And you was
Yeah.
okay
No
with it.
consequences. No consequences.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna say goodbye to my family.
Okay. Say goodbye for me. Yeah. So you knew there was chaos for one group of people in the United States during the Trump era. But now that Trump is out of power, now you want us to come together as a nation. what you just said, Theas and Anna, probably.
So
You don't want no consequences now. You do not want to go through. You do not want us to treat you the same way y'all was treating us for 4 straight years.